listen, when we get down 14 in here, we got them right where we want them, you know. Credit Villanova. I think two things, just with just how the game played out. Obviously, a team that, for us, just a quick turnaround from, the damaging weekend. I think you could see, a little bit of a residual, hangover, but also credit Villanova, and what Kyle's done with them, and just the, Wooger Poplar is, for me, he's going to be a guy who's got a great chance, keep developing to be a first-round pick. I think he's that good of a wing guard. Longino is one of the hardest wings to guard in the league, and Dixon, obviously, leading scorer in the country. So, they're a good team. I guess maybe if you can exercise some demons for us, I think, wire to wire, great performance, win by 14. Probably would have been a more enjoyable experience, but I just think that, this could be galvanizing for us. Just the way we showed so much heart, and, down 14 with 12 to go and could have lost by 18, tucked tail and just bailed. But, guys like McNeely and Taris Reed and Hassan Diarra, solo ball. I thought Jay Stu, had a critical couple minutes there. They wouldn't let us lose, so hats off. It just, it's tough with Liam. When it's like Liam, Alex, Solo, and Haas, who's hobbled, it's not the most kind of athletic, lengthy, twitchy, group to do it. So just getting Jalen Stewart in the game and then putting him on the ball just made us a little more disruptive that way. But if we were able to extend the minutes for guys like Jaden Ross, guys like Jalen playing 7.5 minutes, I mean, part of it was, his first run, he did some stuff that got him in the doghouse, but then his minutes in the second half really saved us. Like my grandfather looked when I was a kid. That's just what we've been begging. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's just what we've been begging for from Taris. And, he'd be playing more of a minute line if he plays with that type of force, and urgency and life or death approach. I think he's so talented a guy. He just doesn't always show up with that type of approach. I mean, sometimes he just, he doesn't play anywhere near that level of urgency, and he's, it's frustrating at times because he's capable of tipping the scales and being a huge difference maker, and whatever mental state, whatever went on in his mind, last night into today and his approach in the game, he's going to bottle that up and show up with that type of effort every single time he takes the court. Now, over the weekend now, he's got to be violent and forceful. He can't now throttle it down. I mean, we did way worse shit on Saturday than Villanova did. I mean, for us, like I thought we executed pretty good on offense. We got clean stops. Whereas, I mean, things that went on Saturday, I mean, you just couldn't make it up. So, you know, I just this I don't know what it is, man. We've had it so good, and I keep going back to now. You could add this one too, the down 14 against DePaul, win at Marquette, heartbreaker versus St. John's in a game where you're minus 15 turnovers and it's a one possession game with 30 seconds to go, win at Creighton, lose that over the weekend, and now get down 14 against this team and win. I mean, I can't imagine what our fans. I mean, I know what my nerves are like. My fucking aura ring was ready to explode. I mean, what's so impressive about Liam is he's like, and this is not a slight on the team, because the team, I mean, he's out there with Solo, who's a sophomore. He's out there with Jay Stu, who's a sophomore. You know, he's obviously AK's a third year junior and a back-to-back. But he's got Ahmad running around out there. Jay Ross, who's a sophomore. I mean, Steph was surrounded by, a super team. And so there's so much more pressure on Liam, and to get on the glass. And if he has like he wasn't playing well up to the point when we were down 12 or 14. But then when he turned it up, we won by 7. I mean, he's got more pressure on him than any freshman in the country to play well, or else his team is not going to win. No, I mean, he the what this is going to do for him in terms of, the developing all aspects of his game, and, the resilience, and having to carry so much weight and having to make so many plays and having to be a two-way player and having to, he's our second leading rebounder by a little bit. He's got the ball in his hands now. Now that he's back, we've got a guy we can get the ball to late in the game that could go make a play. So that certainly helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, we screwed up a couple switches with him where he got some pick and pop threes in the first half, Mark, and just Harris he's got just a great combination of physical strength and agility and mobility. So if there is a good matchup one-on-one in the post versus a guy like Dixon, he can match him size-wise, agility-wise. He got him on a couple shot fakes and was able to get to the line, but I thought he did as good a job of one-on-one defense as you possibly could do against the guy. Yeah, I mean, it's just, who knows what this is going to turn into for us. Obviously, down the stretch here, we don't have to get on a flight. We've got bus trip, road games. We've got, 3 of the last 5 at home. We've proven at a like we had an ability to go to Texas, where some really good teams have lost at Texas. We've been able to go to Marquette. Some really good teams have lost at Marquette. We've been able to go to Creighton and beat a team that not a lot of people are going to beat there in Omaha. So, it's just so much has gone on with the team. But I think our mindset right now, especially getting this one today on such a short turnaround, it was like, I think, the season was hanging in the balance for us today. If we lost this game, going to play, St. John's in the Garden over the weekend, this is definitely going to galvanize us. And I think it's a chance for us with having some high-end wins and then having some really bad low floor moments. This team's got to find a way to, finish strong, go into the Big East tournament with great momentum. And UConn starts playing really well in March. So, can we get on a roll here late and get some of that March madness March magic that we tend to have here? I just asked those guys, like, how much has Alex played? Because he just looked tired, and they said the whole game. So I just said, let me get, Alex wasn't playing great at that point, and we wanted to be able to maybe get into some pressure and, get Jalen on the ball and see if we could, create some energy there. So it was, get Alex a rest. It wasn't going great for him. Get a little pressure going, and then maybe rest him where then down the stretch he can maybe close the game a little bit fresher for us. But, yeah, like Alex is, Alex had a huge end to the Seton Hall game. I think, getting Alex going down the stretch here, we're not going anywhere unless we can get AK going. Yeah, it's like, I think twice in the first half, a point guard got picked at half court, and I think they went in and laid the ball in. I thought Solo and Alex and Liam were missing like pretty good threes. We had made some mistakes with Dixon. It wasn't like a chaotic locker room. It wasn't like, hey, I thought we were on the guys about about what our response needed to be. We needed to clean up some of the mistakes. I think we were doing a horrible job of like hitting the roller in the ball screen game. There were opportunities we were missing there. We were playing too much along the three-point line. I think we weren't so much like, hey, wake up, you guys are blowing it, as much as like, hey, like tactically we got to make these adjustments. And if we keep guarding, and then the 12-minute timeout, we're down 14. It was like, just go like +5 in this war, go +4 in the next war. These guys will go tight going into that last 4-minute war, and we're going to get these guys. And they did. The players did the hard part. I'm just saying the shit. It was probably the plays that Liam made. Liam made a ton of plays out there. Obviously, the defense, getting those stops, and and then Tara's putting himself in position to be able to finish around the basket. But I thought it was Liam. I thought it was just the will of Liam, who came to UConn. To have a chance to have like a real season. And if we blew this game today, season bad, Yeah, they jumped out at him aggressively, but they just, they switched a lot of things. I was pretty happy, I was pretty happy with the shots that we were getting. I thought, I thought we actually did a decent job against on-ball switching, off-ball switching, 1 through 4, 1 through 5, which sometimes is disruptive for us. We're better against the conventional defense, that chases or plays a drop. They were mixing it up between a drop, a hard head, switching 1 through 5, switching 1 through 4. So they gave us a lot of different looks that made it tough. Yeah, the difference between this year's team and, the prior teams is we were just so deep. We were so deep. So, like, we're pretty fresh, and our high-end people weren't playing the minutes that our high-end people are playing. So we could like practice hard in preparation for games and be super sharp, where it's like we've got to back off because of Liam's injury, because of Hassan's injury, because of Alex's minutes, and because of the general, lack of how far we can go into the bench in this given year. It's affected the way, practice is so important to us, to get us razor sharp and to get us playing at a fever pitch when games start, that I think it's not being able to practice the way we like to practice has hurt the way we've played this year. I apologize to Tristan multiple times for just how much of an asshole I was to him, it just he was around to practice yesterday. DC's been around the last couple days. Cam's been around multiple times. I just think it's really lifted the coaching staff up. We were down coming out of Saturday. Obviously, coaches take losses way tougher than players take them. So, just to hang out with those guys the last couple days, it lifted the spirits up of the staff, and I think a lot of the team too. Those two guys, man, crazy, historical players, man. Anyone else? We good? Yes. See ya.